From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days round the sun. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. I'm right there. Look at the name. Welcome everybody in the chat. I'm going to get things speeding up because if you're not watching live, things have been a mess. We're getting started late. Yeah, I need to eventually get a new PC. I don't know it's an OBS thing. It switched all my settings, like, overnight. Anyway, let's get moving. First off, I do need to let y'all know about my new YouTube membership stuff. If you watched live, you saw it. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a little, like, info card thing on the side. Go sign up, be a member of my YouTube channel, starting at just 99 cents a month. $4.99 and up, you get a free bonus stream. Right now, the plan is Sunday, November 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern to be the first one. But let's give a shout out to all of the initial members of my YouTube channel. Thank you, Brian Dermody, Peyton Andrews, Teroid11, T-Royd, David Syracuse, everyone's friend Jonathan Mayer, Scott Keith, that's right, the Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fart Master Supreme, and Ken Terminated DQ. Thank you so much for being my OG members of my YouTube channel. Again, starts at 99 cents a month. 99 cents, you get a shout out and some cool badges. $4.99, you get the bonus stream once a month. $9.99 and up, you get to pick an episode of Off the Grid. So yeah, so check out the YouTube channel. Also, see that sweet son behind me? Brent, our own Brenticus Maximus made that bad boy. You can check him out, brenttech.etsy.com. Want to sign just like that, go to brenttech.etsy.com, use the code NOTTHATTomGreen for 10% off your own WCW sign. But again, we are running behind, we need to get going. Let's go watch WCW Worldwide from October of 1995. All right. And if you're watching live, I apologize. Also, the audio will kick in a second. Whoever recorded it didn't pick up audio for like the first 45 seconds or so. But it will come on. We are not live on Twitter tonight, because that was giving me issues on top of everything else. So yeah, but speaking of Twitter, I found out last week I was going nuts because of the viewership numbers were just insane. At one point it said I almost 1,000 viewers. I asked somebody, a fan of the YouTube VODs who worked at Twitter up until recently. Apparently, when you click on the stream, at any point in that 2 hours, hello Powers Hell. Thank you so much. Or PowerShell? Powers Hell. Thank you so much for the follow. What I was saying is, when you're watching on Twitter and you click on it, even if you watch 5 seconds, unlike Twitch, where if you log in and out, you're only counted as a viewer for the minute that you're watching. Apparently, the way Elon has stuff set up, if you watch my feed for 5 seconds, it counts you as a viewer for the full 2 hours. There were like 1,000 people cumulatively, but it counted it as concurrent. That's what's the confusing part. There's some choppiness shit.
I want your front partner, brother, and this is the last time I'm asking you. And I dare you to look to my side, to the right, to the left.
Everybody else, let me know if you have choppiness, because it's coming in clear on my side.
Reluctantly.
So yeah, this Ric Flair brought a bunch of children to beg Sting to tag with him at Halloween Havoc.
If you swerve me in the slightest little bit, sometime down the line.
Okay, it's good. Everybody, it's good. Okay. After the last half hour, the last thing I needed was for it to implode now.
Dead, dead, dead.
Sting threatened that man's life in front of a half dozen children. Did he get those children from Space Mountain? I hope not.
Introducing first from Hollywood, California, Ryan.
Back at Disney.
From the state of Minnesota, the Enforcer.
Arn Anderson, born in the entire state of Minnesota. I thought Arn was wearing a denim vest. The way the cape is colored. I love Arn in the leather vest. All-time good look. Leroy Howard. Vernon, look at this. A Hall of Fame enhancement wrestler tag team. We've seen Vern Henderson before. Watched Off the Grid. Yeah, he's actually from Rome, Georgia, but according to David Pinzer, he's from the state of Minnesota.
The man is a liar.
So Vern Henderson was wearing a denim vest. Arn Anderson, this is kind of like when a really heavy wrestler would wrestle like a heavier enhancement guy, or you know, you bring in Andre to wrestle Big John Studd. You got Arn Anderson against the rare wrestler that looks older than him, Vern Henderson, an elderly gentleman.
Sting is a liar, you know that.
Vern also has those trunks pulled up to his belly button. I admire that.
Oh, would you lay off of that, please? And Flying Brian and Arn Anderson have made quite a tag team in a short period of time. As a matter of fact, they both blatantly attacked the Nature Boy Ric Flair on a recent edition of WCW Monday Nitro. And now, and first goes the Big V.
All right, I think I'm back. On top of everything else, my mic just unplugged for a second. Vern Henderson's not supposed to be a rib on Arn. Vern Henderson wrestled as Vern Henderson for years and years. Just happened to be another old-looking guy. Vern Henderson pulls it off. I'm impressed by Vern Henderson because he looks old without either being balding or having any sort of facial hair. That's a talent. Yeah, Arn's 35 going 50. Vern Henderson, I think, is about 35 going 60.
Vern Henderson hit very hard that time.
Troy Bang. Vern Henderson is definitely the name of old guys who went to my church here in southern Minnesota. You're also from the state of Minnesota. Oh my God.
You really like him now, don't you?
That was a crazy ass bump. Flying off the stage, off the steps. Those are extra long tassels on Brian's tights tonight. I have multiple chat members from Minnesota. Travis Zick, Troy Vang, from the state of Minnesota. A knee drop. That's a Ric Flair type maneuver.
Every time I say something, you got to argue with me.
I wonder why that is.
Because you're wrong.
A forearm shot to the midsection.
It's a forearm shot to the balls, man.
Night.
Vern Henderson. Oh, he didn't go for it.
Fake out. Hey, ghost of Burt Prentice. Vern Henderson looks like the type of guy that would buy beer for 15-year-olds. I think that's a lot of wrestlers in this time. Come on. Oh, yeah. You can tell that, like, none of the guys in this locker room had seen a tornado DDT. Like, you have to, like, when you do a new move like that, you have to, like, show the guy how to do it first. I have a feeling Brian just called DDT and expected Vern Henderson to know to spin around. Brian, different cities mean different things. Arden seems like he should be from more the suburbs turned rural. Like a guy who needs a good riding mower but keeps his lawn immaculate.
Sunday, October the 29th,
yes.
Exclusively on pay-per-view.
I live near a lot of that type of stuff.
Joe Louis Arena in downtown Detroit, Michigan, in the Motor City.
Also, I was a big fan of the Musing Blondes Have More Fun for Arn.
Ugandan warrior known as Kamala. He's part of the Dungeon of Doom. And after what I've seen in recent weeks, I would say that you have big problems right now.
Exactly. I'm feeling
a rare moment where Macho Man's hat is not matching the rest of the outfit.
What a better place to get it together again. Giant problems I have.
Also, he taped his fists for a promo.
Moment of time, yeah. Divide and conquer, Hulk Hogan. You take your half, and I'll take my half. The Ugandan warrior Kamala and Zodiac are not gonna do good. You can tell that to the Taskmaster.
Well, that's just exactly what I wanted to bring up. Of course, the Dungeon of Doom is led by this man, the Taskmaster. Now,
has anyone ever been injured on the rotating ring gimmick? I think Super Callow was. Yankee Hawk, thank you for the Prime sub. I'm gonna put that in my syringe and stick it in my butt cheek. Gain strength from your and everyone else's subs here on Twitch. So you can, if you want to support, you can sub on Twitch. You can throw me a membership thing on YouTube.
Putting it all on the line. Halloween Havoc. I guarantee Havoc at Halloween.
Havoc.
Are you 100%? I've got to
gonna give a hammock at Havoc.
Admit it right now. I'm 110% and climbing, yeah.
I feel like that's not healthy to be 110% and climbing. Gordon, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, Yankee Hawk. Thank you. You guys are the best. Well, most groups of people watching something on Twitch like this would be like, fuck you for not knowing how to get your tech running. You guys are like patting me on the back, rubbing my shoulders, giving me a warm wash rag to put over my temples. You're the best.
My brother, I can't believe.
And yes, to fill in for the lack of commercials in the pre-show, we got this right here.
You gonna eat that corned beef ass? Call 1-800-COLLECT.
Fuck me for getting my tech running. Thank you, Judas. Steel Tech. I know what you mean. Thank you, refs. You guys are too kind.
Authentic to scale die-cast metal 57 Corvette and 1994 Mustang on the outside. Factory painted, detailed engines and
wow, that's a big compliment, Brian. Me and old Scotty Green, Mr. Green Mist. The only channels he subscribes to that are not Bikini Hot Tub Wigglers. I know exactly what you mean. Since I don't really sub to anybody or I don't really follow anybody on Twitch myself other than Scotland and that classic wrestling channel that just loops territory stuff all the time. The only, like, I get recommendations like regional morning AM sports talk shows, political rallies, and yeah, the weird bikini gals. Hey, Brahavan. Yes, it was hardware encoding that was disabled for because how would you know? Yes. And I thought I had fixed it. And then it was, what the fuck?
It's still worth $4,000.
This commercial aired in like 2 states and we're dropping cars from a crane. Hey, Stephen J. Neptune Man. Yes, I did. Hey, Durden Zero. Good evening. Oh my, the second one! This Maxon fella's nuts. What the fuck?
Call our Halloween hotline 212-MASKS-45.
Channel 2 invites you to the concert event.
Why would you put that on television?
July 20th, Giant Stadium. Call Ticketmaster.
Why would you? How is that going to? I don't want to go to that place.
New York's 30th precinct clean out the drug dealers because the police in the 30th precinct were the drug dealers. 60 Minutes, Sunday on Channel 2.
Thank you. I will put that in my notes here.
WCW Monday Nitro,
Disable.
At the hands of the Giant of the Taskmaster. You have
Auto
to see it to
update.
believe.
Thank you.
Woman with a cane.
With a cane, a woman with a cane.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Hold on. Who is this off? Back to you.
I'll take it, Gene.
I'm okay going against most of that. Bernie Sanders on Pokemon's stream is the one I'm worried about, because Bernie is streaming with a VTuber. Wow, yes, Brian has been to that place. That's horrible. I'm glad you survived. Bernie is the VTuber.
That's no granny. That's our resident cycle right there. The Taskmaster at ringside throwing something in the eye.
Hey, Westagon. Hey, Green Boy.
Hulk Hogan. This is it. This is it. Hulkamania could be over right now. Look at this.
He's gonna do the neck snap thing. Another thing that's been erased because of fucking MMA teaching everyone what an actual submission hold is. Hey, Hulkamaniac 2000 NWO. Glad to see you in the chat. Right when Hulk Hogan gets his neck broken. They're shaving off his mustache. Didn't Hogan bring this up on that Logan Paul show? I thought I saw a clip where Logan Paul was like, "When's the last time you shaved that thing?" And he's like, "There was this guy named Kevin Sullivan, brother." The nail salon now. Good. I'm glad those perverts closed that Halloween store. I want the picture of the photographer like 3 feet out from the cameraman on his knees, holding the smoke machine. Thank you, Jonathan. It's my son Eric's idea. He's like, "Dad, you should put it in green tonight."
Machine against machine. This is what's going to happen to the Bigfoot.
I wonder who had to go out and buy those from Toys R Us.
Over in Detroit, we'll be recycling it.
It was Chris Van Vliet. Okay, it's one of those douchebags.
What happened to Savage?
Okay. Oh, I thought he was going to tear up the format, brother.
You remember what happened?
This is so Power Rangers, yes.
Maybe you can't recognize yourself in this picture.
Yes, he does. Eric does have great taste.
Seems to be.
It's his favorite color. Hogan apparently said something stupid today. It's a day that ends with Y.
Oh, this is Hulk Hogan.
See, this makes it look like the Dungeon of Doom is like a stoner group.
Remember that, Hogan? I told you. And I
Like Ming and the Zodiac are lighting up back there.
The last and final warning.
Also, Green Boy, the way you spelt that made me think the Dungeon of Dom, like it's a BDSM stable, which allegedly Kevin Sullivan ain't too far off.
This is the new legend. This is.
Also, it kind of looks like he's farting in that smoke. Chris Van Vliet, let's see, he did a rehab interview. He did rehab interviews with Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. So yeah, kind of a d-bag.
For you, Hogan, you're mine.
Hogan, you're mine. Hands.
The mustache of Hulk Hogan, attacking Hulk Hogan, attacking the neck once again, and bringing as we head now to 2 weeks away from Halloween Havoc. You know, there has to be some.
All White should have started a death metal band.
Not only can he drive his monster truck in that battle of the sumo monster trucks, but can he actually go in the ring against the Giant?
Kurasawa.
It's very simple, Tony. Piece by piece, they're taking Hogan apart. They just whacked off his cookie duster.
Whacked off his cookie duster? That sounds awful.
His body is sore. I watched him get in the ring the other night, and I watched him leave the ring. And his body is sore.
What position is Cookie Duster?
We will hear from Hulk Hogan.
Big Show. I don't think he was like early 20s.
His monster sumo truck. as he prepares the
Also, LaFalce, thank you so much for making me, for giving me promo in your Discord today. My chat's being real weird.
Gladly and blatantly broke his arm.
I'm trying to get caught up on my phone. Chris Nelson is,
He's gonna want to go out there
it's like,
for every arm that Kurasawa broke. He wants
it's like if Tex Slazenger did Cabaret. Also, Swayze the Missing Years, hello. First time chat, I just noticed that. I apologize.
Yankee net on the arm,
and he's guided by the Colonel.
Yes, he is. One of the
Japanese wrestler is Kurasawa, aka Manabu Nakanishi. Legit, like, very qualified amateur wrestler in Japan. Got sent over to WCW for his excursion.
Obviously focusing on the arm. That's been his.
I know Chris's half brother.
I think he just retired a couple years ago. Brian, what do we call this guy? Just watch TMC and TCM until something Japanese happens. Honestly, way more culturally sophisticated than you'd expect from an American wrestling company booking a Japanese wrestler on excursion in this area. There we go, Fujiwara armbar. The Japanese submission hold. Tony. Why is Nick Patrick there? Like, it would have made one thing if he, like, didn't let go for, like, a minute and then Nick Patrick ran out. But it's like, ding, 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 and then Nick Patrick's in the ring. Why was he at ringside? Trying to fuck up other people's matches?
He performs a great service, you know, Schiavone. And what's that, Brain? He can take your arm, and when he's done with it, you can scratch the same side of your body with both hands at the same time.
That international submission hold.
Take a look at this. Just drives that shoulder into the mat, starts cranking on that pump handle.
This is the, around this time is when he had him break Road Warrior Hawk's arm, or shoulder, which I thought was a big deal, because Hawk didn't sell it for people. Here we go.
Growing up in wrestling and having the opportunity that I did, having a father.
Did they blur the logo on Dean's shirt?
It was a great experience.
Is that an ECW logo?
Learn a lot about what the wrestling business is.
Like on his breast there. There's like a white logo, but it's blurred.
It could be a year now that my father passed away. My father has always been there for me all through the years.
So weird.
And he's still there. He's still there.
Like, what if it was an ECW logo and nobody bothered to be like, hey, Dean, plain shirts over here, you want to switch? No? Okay, cool.
I've dedicated the rest of my wrestling career to him.
That's totally an ECW shirt. I've seen this like 5 or 6, Nike or Adidas, maybe. Tickets, please. Hello.
Japanese style wrestling to me is the basic of all wrestling. A lot of it is mad wrestling. That's my forte.
That's the logo for the Ribera Grill, burger franchise he opened in Tampa. Thank you, Brian.
Where I need to be, the level of competition.
I like the idea that he wore an ECW shirt for his WCW debut promos, and they're like, okay, but that makes more sense. Also, I love that Dean Malenko opened up a grill. Not true. Fuck, Brian, you tricked me.
Great matches I've had in my career, and all the tough opponents I've had to face. There's always one.
That's gonna bug me now.
Sticks out in the last couple years to me, and that's Eddie Guerrero. I'm looking forward to wrestling Eddie Guerrero.
He's seriously fucking wearing an ECW shirt.
And I'm glad it's in WCW. So
what was that edit?
Wrestling, like my father told me years ago, it's like human chess. It's all about who.
Did they let the guy that was standing behind the giant in that last promo edit that thing? Ooh. Holy.
Same graphics, same moves. It looks like the arcade, man.
It looks like a fucking arcade.
16-bit.
I cannot believe they scripted that person to say it looks like a fucking arcade. What the shit, Jimmy?
Who's that beautiful bride? Bride surprise, my bride surprise. I love making you a beautiful bride. I'm Gonna grow your beautiful hair real long. Wow, her hair's
What's this doll's gimmick? It grows hair?
and turn your dress into a beautiful gown. You're beautiful and it shows. And in her flower, there's a gift for me. My bride surprise. It's really growing. A beautiful bride. Bride surprise. Colorful growing.
Could you imagine if this doll took off, the type of shit they'd use this technology for?
How long was he playing before you took it away?
Dean's problem was that the rest of his family was all addicted to Jericho.
Should we give it back?
Not yet. Soup, America's largest killer of time.
Wow, this aired at midnight and they're airing toy commercials. Thank you, Stephen J. Neptune Man, for the context. Wow. Say snap? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for running a shitty pizza place. I think I got the chat fixed so I can actually like comment back in real time. Petland. Love this guy.
Premium cat food.
This guy's an all-star of
Premium cat foods contain only the
Cuts.
finest quality ingredients to provide cats with all
The
the nutrients they
Petland
need.
fella.
Available in 15 delicious flavors to please even the most pampered palate.
Triumph.
Petland Discounts offers Triumph Premium cat foods and all your pet care needs.
Are you looking for a good used car? Picture this. A weekly
No,
newspaper. with
I
thousands
know
of pictures and descriptions.
it's not the same guy as the guy who was smashing cars, though they do look alike,
Well,
Ghost of
here
Burt
it is.
Furnace.
In the greater New York and Long Island area, it's Car Buyers Market.
The
And in
car
Connecticut,
buyers
it's the
market.
Bargain News. You'll find the right car at the best price. No hassle.
We have
no
like
pressure.
like
By
apps
shopping
for
the
this
photo
now.
pages of Car Buyers Market or the Bargain News. On
No,
sale
you
at
stick it. I
30
think the
of thousands
Petland
of
Discounts guy
locations
was a
wherever newspapers are
pervert.
sold. Snap up your copy today.
So, you like to watch news at 11? Well, this month, your TV is practically one big ball game.
Oh
Almost every night
shit!
on almost
A
every
news
channel. Pushing your
channel.
11 o'clock news way past 11. Every channel, that is, except Channel 2. Only Channel 2 News brings you the latest news, weather, and sports. Every night, on time, at 11. And if Channel 2
Yeah,
isn't
our
your
show
leader,
starts on
check out all the
time
changes that are making
because
Channel 2 one of New
we
York's
don't
most
have any
talked about
sports
newscasts. For 11 o'clock news
air
at 11, Channel 2
on
News is the
CBS.
only game in town.
Havoc control. Are they trying to get away from the Halloween branding? So weird.
We're about 2 weeks away from Halloween Havoc at Joe Louis Arena, downtown Detroit, Sunday, October the 29th, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 out of the West Coast, live exclusively on pay-per-view. Home satellite courtesy of Turner Premier or DirecTV. Make the appropriate telephone call now.
The appropriate that somewhere around this time is when these perverts started calling the cable companies, and Gene had to be like, make the appropriate call. Don't call them and ask them what they're wearing. Don't breathe directly into the receiver.
Right against the Giant. Machine versus machine. Both men in their monster trucks.
Like more so than the fact that he won the world title in his first match. It is wild that they made a full-ass monster truck for a guy who had not wrestled. Travis Zick, Turner Premier was like if you have one of those really big K-band satellites that are like bigger than your body. Like you had to like call in like a whole like code thing, but Turner Premier you'd have to go through for them to directly beam the signal to your satellite.
Most devastating monster truck in the world, and we can do that for him.
We've contracted a deal with the brothers in St. Louis, man. The guys that
The brothers in St. Louis. That sounds like the Clan.
Years experience building monster trucks, and we get better and
Like,
better
did
each
Hogan
time, and I know we can build
get its
a
monster
truck
truck made by the
bigger and
Clan?
badder and tougher than that dungeon truck.
And they swore, they signed the dotted line in blood that the Hulkamania truck
I feel like we had this computer program in high school.
so powerful it would
Make bridges.
truck of all. Bigfoot look like a micro machine.
Here at Bigfoot,
Also, this is back when Bigfoot was like part of Monster Jam, I believe. I don't think he had split off yet to make his own tour.
My goals are this, brother. Embarrass the Giant first with the greatest monster truck of all. When the Hulkamania truck drags us around and around and around the ring.
Oh, there's a different Joe Louis in Canada. I did not know that.
If you got the guts, let's hook 'em up.
That sounds familiar, Durden Zero. Didn't Hogan do a bit one time where he's wearing the wig of a crew cut for some reason? Yes, that was Halloween Havoc 96. He was part of his costume for, I think, Three Ninjas. Attack on Devil Mountain or whatever it was called. WCW, I don't think they paid as much for the monster trucks as you'd think, because they then went on to like actually run them in Monster Jam. So I think like the Bigfoot's folks actually did pay for a chunk of it.
Man versus man, machine versus machine.
Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. I thought it was something. What did I say? Devil Mountain. Could you imagine Three Ninjas at Devil Mountain?
Sting is still very cautious. Plus the Macho Man.
See, look at that. That's not Ed Leslie's face. They drew. It was a drawing that they superimposed over his face. Why couldn't they just take a picture of him wearing the paint?
Keep in mind that both Savage
And yeah, Ming really did wear that head to the ring for a few weeks.
on the same night at Halloween Havoc. World Television champ Diamond Dallas.
You think Doyle and the gang were like watching, wanting to sue them for the skulls?
His chance of a lifetime to meet Sting for the United States.
Everyone in that graphic kind of looks like an asshole. Like if you're watching for the first time, it's like fuck all of them.
After suffering a broken arm this past summer as he meets Kurasawa, the man who broke that
DDP's jacket was dope. I'll give you that.
from the Dungeon of Doom will be making a rare appearance at Halloween.
I said Hulkamaniacs that I was confusing Three Ninjas movie with Assault on Devil's Island. I combined them into one big mess of shit.
Call your cable company right now. Satellite dish owners call Turner Premier or DirecTV. Live from Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City.
This is the era of DDP having he was like the rich guy.
Both in and out of the ring between WCW and the WWF. Plus, Halloween Havoc will be the last appearance for one major WCW superstar.
Who would that have been?
During my exclusive hotline and confidential report.
Hawk, maybe?
At
I'm thinking Hawk was the guy making his last appearance.
But give us a call this Saturday.
Vader was gone by this point. Oh, Kurasawa was still meditating. Kinda looks like he's holding in his shit. Kurasawa, I think, was still around through like March of '96. Yeah, Hawk and Animal came back as a team in like February of '96. He's meditating really hard. He might be doing it wrong. Yeah, isn't the point that you're supposed to be like relaxed? Oh God. We're gonna get all sorts of cultural cringiness here. Why the monkey noises? They did this with like 3 or 4 different Dungeon of Doom guys. Todd Wilder, holy shit. That's a guy who has sex with teenagers. Allegedly. In case Todd Wilder watches this. And what this? That's Ming. I don't. What the fuck? Todd Wilder just bumped like he died.
One of the most dangerous men in our sport. It's Kamala, the Ugandan warrior, who will face the Macho Man.
Now, I don't actually know if Todd Wilder's ever had sex with a teenager. I'm just saying, based on appearances, what is happening? There's so much happening in this segment. The Giant's there. Ming's wearing a giant fucking dragon mask. Todd Wilder's hitting on fucking 7th graders. That's not Hulk Hogan.
And it's amazingly enough that Taskmaster can keep this man at bay.
Hey, Morgio, I believe that's how you pronounce your name. If not, I apologize. Glad to see you here tonight. First time in the chat. Todd Wilder, yeah, is either like an all-time great CHL or whatever the secondary hockey league is, like goalie, or a sex offender.
The key here is both will have to wrestle twice.
Andre's shirt has already come and gone in lore.
Precious Wild
Like, I don't know what happened. Like, my hair's crazy enough as is, based upon all the tech issues, and now it's like this. I think he called him Peacemaker because he was keeping the peace between Kamala and the Giant. Why the Giant was out there? Hell if I know. They said he wanted Hogan. Hogan is in the Worldwide. And Ming's there with a giant head, and Taskmaster looks like he's gone a couple rounds with Nancy.
They could complete all their missions coming up at Halloween Havoc. Well, Ming's got the golden spike. Luger better watch out for that.
Todd Wilder, Doug Summers, the pervert world order. Kamal, I believe Kamala did refuse the job to the Macho Man because they didn't give him a contract. He didn't want to lose the match and have his indie cred or whatever. Have to like cut his indie prices.
One engine was filled with Castrol Syntex.
So he's like, "Fuck you, I'm gone."
The rest with conventional oils. They were then drained.
There we go. Motor oil that you can buy at the grocery store.
You see, Syntec has a unique.
Yeah, Hogan had a few matches during like sweeps on Worldwide, but wasn't going to appear here to like save Todd Wilder. Imagine if Hulk Hogan came out. Todd Wilder, I got you, brother.
Get 360 cash back when you buy a case of Castrol GTX or Syntec.
How long was he playing before you took it away?
Yes, Refs as Wizards. That match was what would happen if you fed 80s kids' descriptions of wrestling into AI.
Not yet.
Soup, America's largest killer of time.
Hey, WCW Thunder Rosa. That would have been like the only thing that could have made that segment crazier is if Thunder Rosa, at like 8 years old or whatever she was, came out. It's like, I'm Thunder Rosa.
How many freshes in double mint? 2. That's 1. How many freshes in double mint? 2.
I have a feeling Todd Wilder's a big Hogan guy these days. If he's still alive.
Fresh breath for you. How many freshes in double mint gum? There's 2.
A wonderfully clean mouth. That's fresh taste.
Wonderfully clean mouth.
That's fresh breath.
How many freshes in double mint gum? There's 2.
Todd Wilder and Vader as Van Wilder.
Over at Nobody Beats the Wiz.
I want to know how, and I want to know now.
They're not asking for any money down.
No payments till January '97.
No accrued interest.
What?
And no hidden
Like,
charge.
What are we gonna do about it?
There's one guy spoofing the mob, but then you got like a John Larroquette impersonator and a Stephen Tobikovsky impersonator,
to experience 1 hour
and
of the most compelling program on television in 20 seconds.
even when they're not on TBS, you cannot escape National Geographic.
Watch the world of
Somehow
National
less
Geographic
happened in that 20 seconds than happened during the Kamala
every
match.
week, but at a more sensible pace.
The World of National Geographic, late night Sunday, only on New York's Channel 2.
I don't know, I'm missing something there.
Not every cultural activity appeals to everyone.
It's a museum where they show off the
That's why
electric
23,000
chair.
arts and humanities groups invite you to find something you'll get excited about. Just call for a free brochure.
I think I'm getting into this.
They're tuning up. The arts and humanities. There's something in it for you.
Yeah, you
New
can
York,
get laid.
where arts and minds
Save
create
the
a
arts.
Find out what's going on in your community.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. It's the ultimate challenge, Crossfire. Crossfire!
I appreciate that Crossfire is being sold again, and has been for the last few years, in the old box.
Just a reminder, when you need them, we got them. Big A.
Like, if I had space in my house, I would have Crossfire on display somewhere.
Pepperoni pizza or ham and cheese and a crispy crust.
Hot Pockets are ass. Hey, here's a shot of just the lights flashing. That's not going to give anybody a headache. Ah, triple A clips.
Consists of basically being a second-generation wrestler.
It looks like they interviewed Eddie on location at the set of one of those horny milk commercials, where it's like, you know, the kid's like looking in a mirror, and then like a big muscle guy, hey kid, if you drink your milk, you can fuck her someday. Like Eddie's just there hanging out.
It branched off from there, you know. I started with La Empresa Mexicana.
I think we watched this promo sometime last year on another show. Yes, WCW Worldwide aired on CBS late, like at midnight. New York, yes. I think it aired in Indianapolis. The station I got it on was the what would become the WB.
No matter where you're at, it's a great opportunity for me to be here in WCW. I'm not only going to be competing with people from the United States.
Like, yeah, he sounds like he's gonna cry.
Japan and all over the world.
Which is weird because, like,
that's what happens when you go big time.
You know, part of Los Gringos Locos, he had a ton of charisma.
It's going to be a tough competition here in WCW. Brian Pillman, he is a tremendous athlete.
Why did you air that clip? You fucked up the move.
Alex Wright.
This is video dating profile. Poor Vicky.
One of the best in the world. You got being willing to come here. You could say we have a history. And, you know, when I step into the ring with him.
Like, it looks like Eddie's here at a job interview.
Here in WCW. Primero les mando un saludo a toda la gente latina. Espero que les puedo hacer orgullosos de mí en la lucha que yo.
Yeah, are they doing the ECW? Like rip-off Pulp Fiction deal here? I disagree, WCW Thunder Rosa. He had plenty of... Again, Los Gringos Locos you watch, Eddie has a ton of personality. When they turned him heel in WCW, again, a ton of personality. From Eddie Guerrero to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah, Bischoff and WCW had a real weird relationship. Like, Eric would, like, loan talent partially because he had to, because of lawsuit settlements. But, like, Sullivan would actually work with them a bit. And then all of a sudden, Eric's just like, I want these guys. And then everything goes to shit. Refs as Wizards. Yeah, that's Halloween Havoc 97. A fan got inside the cage. I think he was dressed as Sting, and they thought it was an actual fake Sting, like one of the NWO guys. That's how he got in.
Nevertheless, we'll be seeing this exclusive footage. This is the story of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the tape fist.
Yeah, Eddie making Chavo go crazy in '98 is a fantastic game.
But Hacksaw Jim Duggan has had an issue with one big bubble the past couple of weeks.
Rick Matrix. Oh shit! So Rick Matrix. He trained with the Blue Meanie back in the day. The only other Rick Matrix match I've seen, he wrestled for IWA Mid-South in 2003. When they were down in like southern Indiana, and he was so shitty that he turned their top heel babyface. And he's so shitty that Jim Duggan can't even get a match out of him. Okay, we have This Week in History from Stephen J. Neptune Man. October 15th, 1995, the Cleveland Indians beat the Seattle Mariners 3-2 to take a 3-2 lead in the 95 American League Championship Series. The Devils beat the Buffalo Sabres 4-3 in the NHL. The Florida Panthers beat the New York Islanders 5-3. The number one song in America was Fantasy by Mariah Carey. I think the match you're talking about, Mr. Spiffy, was a couple months before this, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just Rick Matrix was a really bad wrestler, from what I remember. So they probably just couldn't trust him. Do 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 do.
Whoa. Good night, Rick Matrix. Fans, still to come. More action, but right now, listen to this interview.
All right, fans, in Detroit on Sunday, October the 29th.
Look at these
7 o'clock
outfits.
Eastern time on pay-per-view, Halloween Havoc. Make plans now to join us one way or
Got
another.
Max Muscle with all of his
I'm
bulges.
joined right now by the World Television Champ.
He did kind of kick out
Diamond
at
Dallas
3.1. That is
Page,
bullshit.
and the lovely Diamond Doll.
Yeah, we got Max Muscle. Kimberly wearing a straight-up evening gown.
To be alive, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. Now, Diamond Dallas, Johnny B. Bad, your
DDP.
title on the line at Halloween Havoc.
Let me tell you, Gene, what's really irritating me
He
about
looked broke
Johnny
even
B.
when he
Bad
was doing the
is how
Millionaire
he's
again.
crying all the time about how I cost him.
He just didn't
the US
have
title
a
shot
good
with
seamstress.
Sting. Bull! It was Diamond Dallas Page's shot. to
Max
begin with.
Muscle
It
was
should have
a
been me.
local
And
meathead.
then that chump sucker punched me in the face. And if you think I forgot
What was going on in
Johnny
ECW
Bad,
this time?
well, I'm bringing all that.
Yeah, they were building to Mikey Whipwreck getting the world title. He would get it, I think, that November, or a few weeks from that. The Gangstas had just come in, start working with Public Enemy a couple months before this. Austin, I think we're like a week or two away from Austin debuting. WCW.
Got cheering for him all over the place.
Is Max hard as rock? Is it like a boner? Max have a boner? He might have a boner. Might have a little muscle boner there. I see something.
Is a total 0, where Diamond Dallas Page is a total 10.
You know, that World Television title, a very prestigious title, and it's something that Johnny B. Bad would love
I love
to
the
have.
idea of a guy just having one of
Give
those
110%.
stretch
He is
bands
very
all the
focused on this
time.
match, and he is
You never know when you
especially
need it.
focused on you.
10, 120.
Cactus,
Like
I
told
think, was
everybody,
doing, yeah, he was doing the
gold on my
anti-hardcore
fingers,
gimmick by
gold
this
on my
point.
wrist, gold on my neck, and now gold's around DDP's waist. You ain't taking it back.
Halloween Havoc, World Television Champ, Diamond Dallas Page, Johnny B. Bad. Join us on pay-per-view.
Also, I love the idea of wearing the belt, the weight belts when you're not lifting with a pair of sweatpants. I have muscles and I'm standing here. So many guys made money just having muscles and standing there. We need to get back to that. There's got to be somebody. Another Killer Instinct ad. Yeah, if you buy this game, you can say shit in your bedroom. Dave Thomas. I made fun of Dave Thomas on Twitter once, and people got so mad at me. I'm not kidding. I got like 8 or 9 different tweets. Like, how dare you? Like, people really offended. I guess he was like a real charitable guy in the Ohio region. But why did they make it look like he fucked the sandwich?
Because when you're hot, you're hot.
Like, well, I don't like the insinuation. Max had a few matches. There's a famous one, I think it's him and Jerry Lynn, maybe? It's on Saturday night during the Dungeon of Doom stretch of his career. It's one of the worst edits. It's like sometime in 96, I believe. WCW would normally cut to a crowd shot, but like cut out like a botched move or whatever. They didn't. They were so much messed up about this match, and they still aired it. That they cut from like Max Muscle in the corner to Max Muscle in the center of the ring in like one frame. I forget it. I think it was Jerry Lynn who wrestled. It's horrible.
$199.99, and Sears will be there to back it up. Trust
Sears.
We sell more units of exercise equipment than any other store. Call to
I loved
Lifestyle Cardio
Pump for
or go to
Cardio with
Sears
my
and try it for
grandparents.
yourself.
There are a lot of new faces at Channel 2 News, but they're not new to New York. In fact, you've watched them pound the city beat for years. John Johnson and David Diaz, journalists with a lifetime of New York.
Don Johnson?
McGee Hickey, Lou Young, and
McGee Hickey? That's not a real name.
make waves.
McGee Hickey.
Dr. Max Gomez. What matters to New Yorkers matters to them. They're some of the best
This is just a
and
parody,
reporters this city
right?
has to offer.
Like,
New
these
York
aren't
to the
real
bone,
people.
only on
New York
Channel
to
2.
the bone.
Over the past couple of weeks, we've found out that Big Bubba is allergic to Ralph the Rabbit. Here's what happened recently on Saturday night.
One of my favorite awful storylines. Bubba Rogers being allergic to rabbits, and that being a major story beat as a professional wrestler.
You know, that's not a bad point. I know you're trying to be facetious, but A big windup. I'm not so sure if Dave is focused without Ralph at ringside. 1, 2. You know, it wasn't too long ago.
Oh, Nick Patrick, fuck you, buddy.
Muscle found him on the brogue.
Look, he didn't find him on a keychain.
Oh, he hit him right in the forehead. Jeez.
He has a lot of heart. A lot of determination.
What?
But he is just not into this match at all without Ralph at ringside.
Poor Ralph. And Bockwinkel barred Ralph.
Got to do that.
Yeah, this is the era after Dave Sullivan had his hair cut. I think by the Three Faces of Fear. He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a bald fella forever.
Big Bubba understands one thing. That he can have his way with Dave Sullivan.
Dave Sullivan was really good at playing like the funny, stupid guy. But don't ask him to fall down on purpose and do moves. What the fuck was that? I always love when Jim Duggan... Why did they just put the rabbit in the ring? Keep the rabbit in the cage, you weirdo. The rabbit could have gotten hurt. Yes, Jonathan Mayer. All my friends hate me. All my homies. But I am a big fan of Jim Duggan in the ponytail. He would do that sometimes in WWF. I always thought it made him look real swell. I love the one woman politely applauding him. Like everybody else around her is being coached. Boo this man. Now, I respect Ray Traylor's work rate.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. But what about Ralph?
I can't see Ralph coming to help another dumb bunny.
So why is the fedora flipped up in the back?
His opponent in this feature match from Daytona Beach, Florida, weighing 292 pounds.
I always loved that when he was done being a cop or a guardian angel, he's like, I'm going to be Big Bubba again, but I don't have anyone to bodyguard.
I think the rabbit is allergic to Sullivan.
I don't think so. There he is.
Like, he's supposed to be his old bodyguard character. But there was nobody to bodyguard.
He really takes care of that bunny. I mean, he really does. He really makes sure he is safe, has a little house for him.
And he's like, I don't want to touch the bunny. Can I touch you? I want a Ralph hat.
Why would you have a big house for a rabbit?
Look at these. All the adults are like, they have to? Like, this is dumb.
But he's dangerous. As dumb as he is, the man's dangerous.
What, you talking about Ralph or
Dave Sullivan was done with wrestling by, I think, January of this year.
I don't know anymore.
He went back to coaching high school football. I think he's still a high school football coach to this day.
And Bubba wants him to stay away.
Yes, he really takes care of that bunny as he's letting everybody in the building touch it.
There you go. Look, see, now Big Bubba is scratching already.
Well, some people are allergic to animals, you know.
Yeah, okay,
I would love to know whose job it was to build that bunny house.
Dave had one.
No. I don't know. I don't know why I have to sit in here with you every week.
I don't know if they missed the boat, Commodore Amigo, on a stuffed Ralph the Bunny doll. Because,
That's not a burr haircut he's got. Those are
well,
nerve ends.
Dave Sullivan? Oh, no doubt Ruffs is Wizards. That bunny is...
Halloween Havoc is coming up very soon.
Like, that's why I'm so happy we don't bring animals to the ring anymore.
And we'll be seeing more and hearing more about it in the weeks to come. Look.
Got rabbit fur on him.
Got that rabbit fur on.
Like, if this were a real sport and this man in a physical came up allergic for rabbits, they'd have to take precautions. WCW is like, no, fuck you. Breakout knives, who cares?
His teeth are in the front row somewhere.
They got it at Petland Discount.
I mean, Big Bubba suffering from the residue of that bunny, still scratching, just knocked Dave into next week, so to speak. Oh, body blows. Look at this.
Oh,
into the chin.
great sound on those punches.
Laying waste to Dave Sullivan in the opening moments of this main event bout here on Worldwide.
Look, he's scratching.
Maybe he's in the flock. Maybe Raven got him on some of that heroin. I'm gonna say this. What the fuck was that? He just stuck his thumb up Ray Traylor's ass.
See, as strong and as powerful as he is, he just can't continue to win a match. He doesn't know how to...
Imagine not being a wrestling fan and you tune in and this guy's scratching himself all over and the good guy sticks the thumb up the ass.
He's a moron. Man's a moron.
Give him the old gooch pooch.
Side of the head now, and Big Bubba is taking command of this match.
But if you're gonna have someone do this gimmick, this rabbit allergy gimmick, Ray Traylor's doing a fantastic job. This is stupid as hell, but he's putting his heart and soul in it.
Where do you get these stories? Easy. You follow him around.
That's great, Brian. One of the Bellator fighters had a therapy dog who was unbelievably well behaved around all the pyro and ballet. Unlike Pharaoh, Cody Rhodes' dog, who almost got blown up once.
And give Bubba a lot of credit. His allergies really bothering him here, but he is just decimating Dave Sullivan.
Well, don't forget, Dave Sullivan handles that miserable skunk all day long. So it's got to be on his hands. It's got to be on
Oh, I thought he was going to stick his thumb up his ass again.
Dave almost got a quick win.
Finish him up, then go get Pepe with
Dude, Dustin Rhodes' giant-ass dog, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it on social media. He has a Mastiff. I think he said it weighs like 260 pounds. It's gigantic.
I believe the man is rabid now.
Like he puts it in dog shows.
Now, Tony. We're going to be quarantined together and everything. Top of the head.
Could you imagine Bobby Heenan quarantine during COVID, the COVID era? Doing Zoom videos.
I'm starting to scratch.
Big Bubba in the corner.
Nick Patrick could not give less of a shit about this match.
Now watch. He's got to stay on, Big Bubba. He's got to wear him down. Let's see if he knows what to do here.
Ooh, okay. That was kind of the best thing Dave Sullivan's ever done. Now, Bobby Heenan would have been a millionaire off of King.
Good, Dave. You hit him right in the bottom of his foot with your mouth.
Watch out for the foot and the Big Bubba.
Oh shit, he's gonna beat Dave Sullivan even though he's allergic to the bunny. Oh my god. Oh, that would have been so funny. If Dave Sullivan was so far down on the totem pole that Bubba beat him even though he's freaking out.
Hey, this could be very bad for people that have these allergies and stuff like this.
And I agree with that, and he's near.
Oh yeah, Bobby would have had a lot of material.
He's going to get counted out.
COVID.
Of course it's Ralph's house. You think of Roger Littlebrooks?
10, it's over.
It's over. Yeah, he lost via allergic attack. That man's lungs are swelling.
Slim Jim. When you need a little excitement, snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim.
Thank you for making the clip, Ruffs' Wizards.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Again, please.
Again, please.
Again?
Yeah, Bubba should have, like, sued the WCW International Championship Committee. Epi pin on a pole match. Oh my gosh. That would have been great. Goes to Burt Prentice. And expensive.
Who's that beautiful bride? Bride surprise, my bride surprise.
And why did it have to be a bride? The gimmick is just that it grows hair.
I'm gonna grow your beautiful hair real long. Wow, her hair's really growing. Grow it right down.
I just had the most fucked up idea. WWF doing a doll like this, but it's Jerry Lawler. And it doesn't grow out of the top of its skull.
Bride surprise, colorful growing hair, transformable wedding gown, and a gift for you, each sold separately.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I didn't say it was a good idea. I said it was a bad idea. But you know that if that doll would have taken off, WWE would have done a Jerry Lawler puppy boner baby doll. You know.
You call it. Time out for Twix.
It's It's the next generation in steel construction. Steel Tech Plus. And the all-new Adjustomatic Power Wrench.
You know how
Genuine steel
all
tech on the inside.
the boys sat around and put together cars?
57 Corvette and 1994 Mustang on the outside. Factory painted, detailed engines and interiors, operating headlights, and doors and hood that open and close.
Yeah, that's how people sit in cars.
Plus, the next generation.
Hi, and welcome to Nobody Beats the Wiz. Quarterback, camera, loadoff. Contestant number 1, Boomer from Long Island.
Boomer Esiason.
All-around
Still on TV to this day.
2, Phil from Jersey. Quarterback turned broadcaster with the softest hands I've ever felt. Phil being the home team, Pete blindfolded. Of course, he is using a Fuji camera with Fuji's exclusive drop-in loading. Gentlemen, load your cameras. And the winner is Fuji
Pervert.
Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Was he missing part of his finger? MPJ, thank you so much for the follow. Wait, they're just doing a news story on how one of the broadcasters shook the Pope's hand?
For my own children is no less than what I would want.
And I wish news was still this boring.
To tell his story live, then OJ pulled the plug. Thanks to the generosity of some New Yorkers, a sick young girl has...
All right, we're back, fans, on WCW.
What the fuck was that noise?
We will have the Zodiac here in singles competition.
And ladies, get ready. The WCW Tag Team Champions are here.
Got a lot to look forward to in the next hour.
Take a look at the Halloween Havoc Control Center as we prepare for Monster Truck.
Monster Truck Madness.
And our main event, Johnny B. Bad, you better snap to attention because you're in there with the Pitbull, Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Check your local listings for the time of WCW Worldwide Wrestling.
All right. So before we go to the second episode, we're about to watch the quote-unquote trailer of what we will be watching Sunday night on Off the Grid. And I believe I tried to warn you guys last week. This is the weirdest shit I've ever shown you. And you'll see why here in a second. So here's what we're watching Sunday.
Where's that close-up camera at? Check this out. That's frightening, is it not?
All right. So, Sunday night, Off the Grid. After we watched that Louis Theroux documentary on the AIWF and WCW and all that, a lot of you guys asked, hey, can we watch some AIWF on Off the Grid? And we're going to. Whether or not it's fascinating or not, I don't even know. I watched a little bit of it to make sure it would, be appropriate for mass consumption. It's not. We go, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. The AAWF was an independent promotion. I think they're still running in North Carolina. They call him Mr. Wonderful. That's right. This era, I believe he wasn't even Paul Orndorff anymore. Just Mr. Wonderful. One of Jimmy Hart's best. Bubba should have been Wonderful's bodyguard. He would have watched over the mirror. That's actually a great idea, WCW Thunder Rosa. If Orndorff hadn't have gotten hurt, they should have put Bubba with him as the guardian of the mirror. Look at that lip mark. Nick Patrick, go fuck off. Now, that sucks you couldn't get that in your wedding, Ghost of Burt Burness. Hope you and Mike Rapata were very happy together. I kid.
opponent's truck out of the circle or flip him over.
You mean
Gary Spivey had already come at this point. Not that I am an expert on Gary Spivey coming, but there you go. There we go. He's going to do the elbow early. Hitting the high spots. Why did they use that pink light for the audience? That's so weird. Yeah, Paul's doing all the hits early. That's a good point. Gary Spivey would have the insight to know when he's coming. WCW innovated bisexual lighting.
Material. Yeah, I heard Sinatra wanted to do his song, but he was unavailable that day. He had a pedicure. Up on top. And a double X handle.
Yeah, AIWF's been running since 1992. Based out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. And we will see some of that on Sunday for sure.
He copied my name, Old Blue Eyes.
There we go, pile driver.
Come on, Paul. Show him what it's
The pink light is so distracting.
Don't call him Paul, please. Call him Mr. Wonderful, but Paul's the many things that...
Oh, an all-time great.
You're right. 1,000 pardons.
Pile driver. Yeah, anybody who dragged Paul for wrestling when his arm was in the shape it was is an asshole. Like, you would not abandon that run. It sucks that he lost all of his money in the bowling alley industry. He had a lot of money when he left WWF. Nick Patrick can't even hold a mirror correctly. Nick Patrick's trying to make this whole thing about him. Fuck you, Nick Patrick. You suck. Yeah, Paul Orndorff in the late 80s, early 90s owned a bunch of bowling alleys. Like throughout Florida. Don't call him Paul. Call him Mr. Wonderful. Paul Wonderful. I'm surprised. Like, Vince didn't rename him Paul Wonderful. Orndorff. Who would know how to spell Orndorff? Yes, exactly. Paul Orndorff tried to invest his money like you're supposed to, and he made a bad investment. He had to come back to wrestling. He might have been wearing like chapstick or something. Look at Tony's tie here. Very third grade teacher. Nick Patrick fucking sucks. He is the worst. One of the worst referees. Maybe one of the worst people.
When you need a little excitement, snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim.
I believe that people are basically good at heart.
Commodore Amigo, Paul Orndorff lost his money because he built a bunch of bowling alleys, and then the bowling boom ended, and nobody people stopped going, and he had to shut them all down. God, that would be amazing, Brian. Paulie Wonderful, like the top of the mob in NXT. And Nick Patrick's fake referee voice. 1, 2. Come on, man. Everybody knows you don't talk like that. It's kind of like me when I do my YouTube shorts. The Grape? I've never heard of that game. Holy shit. Hot Shot. I love Hot Shot basketball. I had this when I was a kid, and I played the shit out of it. And this would not be a wrestling show airing in New York without the Petland commercial. Triumph dog food. It tells you that you're a virgin, that you need to be pooped on, etc., etc.
And all your pet care needs.
theater. You've seen it, you've heard it, you want it, but what exactly is it? Start with a TV. The one you're watching's fine. And this, the 3M Digital 6 surround sound system. Everything you need for real theater sound in one box. Now, let's...
Why are they making fun of the person who would come to spend hundreds of dollars on this?
A few simple connections and you've got your home theater. And get
Like, hey, if you buy this thing for $500, you're a fucking nerd.
nobody beats the Wiz.
When you're being
Fucking loser.
The advertised price. This man wants a refund.
Or just plain need to know.
Some important news about child safety.
The troubleshooter gets answers.
What are you running away from?
And now every week, Roseanne Coletti helps you fight back on Troubleshooter Thursdays.
He wants his money
This
back.
Thursday at 5, if you're having a bad hair year, find out new ways to fight the frizzies. Then at 11, are some well-known police and fire charities 4-alarm rip-offs? Make a date you can't afford to miss. Troubleshooter
Yeah, that
Thursdays.
sounds about right, Commodore Amigo. The Nick Patrick
It's
story.
the one we've been waiting for. World Championship Wrestling presents
Why would
exclusively on pay-per-view.
why would he do a slow count? That makes no sense. Especially if Sting's like, hey, make me look shitty.
Machine and man against man as World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan collides with the Giant. Each man will have their own monster sumo truck, and then in the ring, one-on-one from a World Heavyweight.
You know, like I was not one of them, but you know that there were stupid kids out there who genuinely thought Hulk Hogan and the Giant would turn into monster trucks.
Back on Worldwide as we head to this Sunday's Halloween.
Again, why are we just shooting right into the lights? I did notice that Hogan's graphic was bigger than the Giant's, because of course. There we go. It wouldn't be a WCW show in this era without them just airing an entire segment from Nitro on the other shows. Why was it fan swinging at Ric Flair? Oh god. I'm a big fan of this Nitro ring apron. Oh, it's Wolfpack Sting. And he's got the goatee, like that Halloween Havoc match. Shitty goatee. Yeah, that's Brian Pillman with his post-hair extension hair. He convinced them to let him cut the hair extensions out. This crowd goes absolutely wild. Why did Randy Anderson bump? Also, Sting, buddy, you have tights in a million colors. If the heel's wearing red, why are you also wearing red? You could have worn like neon blue.
There wasn't a soul in this entire world.
Gene with his hand on his hip looking all sassy.
I could trust the nature boy. So, I sat back watching the monitor and real close because I could have come down at a snap of a finger. You notice I didn't let it go just too far.
Yeah, kind of Gary Spivey could have come like that.
So I sat back there watching and I found out you got a lot of guts. There you were against your
Yeah, this is Sting thinking about growing it out. Not quite committing to it yet.
And because you got guts, and because you were out here by yourself, I know now.
Thank you, Bravo. I appreciate that you back up that point of view. I hate it when opponents wear the same colors. It's silly.
You wanted my hand? High five me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're friends. Another Arn and Pillman match. Another Arn leather vest match. Hell yes. Yeah, Sting was a dumb baby face. But I think that's partially why we loved him. Because we all know that one person that no matter what happens, They're willing to give everybody a second chance, and a fifth chance, and a 14th chance. All right, fake Manny Fernandez and Otis Apollo. Otis Apollo was a Canadian wrestler, frequent tag team partner of Scott D'Amore, promoter of Global Force Wrestling North, aka TNA, aka Maple Leaf Wrestling. Manny Fernandez, fake Manny Fernandez, wearing his, we often refer to it as the show, on the show, the ladies' bathing suit tied up back on that singlet.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed, and didn't you notice this too?
And not Ray Apollo, it's Otis Apollo. Yes.
I mean, taking on Pillman and Anderson by himself, and doing very, very well for a very long time.
Bravo Nudes Bacon, thank you for the cheers.
Trust the man, but Flair did it. Flair was like the Flair I've never seen before.
You know, I mean, when you think about who he is,
Randy Eller, the referee here. An amalgamation of all the other referees. Arn with the rare gray and black ensemble. That means he's listening to some New Order, Smiths.
Nobody better. That's right, there's none better. And I'll tell you something, I don't think I can get this.
He wants the shoplifters of the world to unite.
I think Anderson and Flair over.
Yeah, who would want to?
Ray Black is laundry day hard. Hang on, do I have anything to wear to the matches? No, honey, I'll do the wash tonight. Fuck. At least these don't have poop stains.
You can trust me, Brain.
Post-punk Arn Anderson.
Into the midsection. Hey, I'm thinking.
Give me your credit card for the weekend. I'll get back to you Monday, and I'll show you can trust me.
My wife has my credit card.
She said she couldn't write.
Nor cook. Cross the top rope.
I'll tell you one thing Arn Anderson can do, he can wrestle. And you want to talk about dirty players in this sport.
There we go, Spinebuster. Great air. Otis Apollo got great air for Arn. Excellent jump.
And Otis Apollo is thankful for that.
What? Texas Cloverleaf? It's not like Dean Malenko's about to come into the company or anything, Brian. Come on. Almost like Brian was watching too many tapes for his own good. Hey, at least he didn't almost break his back doing his finish there. Mission of Arn, that's when I reach for my scissors. Pillman is the boy with the Arn on his side. Arn does look like the singer of Built to Spirit. Again, I love that they're playing the Blondes Have No Fun. Blondes Have More Fun song with Arn in the ring.
All right, fans, standing by with me right now is the
Husker Du Arn Anderson. Yeah, Bob is from Minnesota.
7 o'clock Eastern time on pay-per-view, live from Detroit. Lex Luger, you're going to be facing
Imagine getting dressed in that locker room, in that WCW neon light,
but also
shining right in your eyes.
That has been added recently, and I think this entire thing was masterminded by Sting, that if Randy Savage should beat Kamala and you should beat Ming, the two of you on the very same evening this Sunday.
Lex is looking like this was the first he's hearing of his pay-per-view match.
Well, first of all, Gene, yes,
Blondes Have No Fun is for Goth Pillman.
Double header for the total package, Lex Luger, by my good buddy and pal Sting. But you know, I take them one at a time.
This is one of the best eras for Luger.
I've got a big match with
He's a real
Ming
silly Billy.
and Ming, the Dungeon of Doom. Everything that's been insinuated about you is true since I've been back in WCW.
Who is he looking at?
That golden spike, and this is a revenge match.
Lex, the camera's over here, dude.
And I'm coming at you full force.
You know,
Wait, is Sting like just sitting off to the... What's happening?
You indicated that, yes, you would entertain a one-on-one match with Randy Savage, but that Halloween...
That beautiful mullet Luger has.
It didn't. You know, it's a little unfocused. So what I got to do right now is focus first on Ming and then Macho Man. He says the victory was tainted.
Does he have cue card? That would make sense.
on Monday.
Lex Luger. This makes me want Lex Luger hosting SNL, and they have to like swap out his lines to like cut time. So he's reading everything off camera, squinting, trying not to break.
You know what? I did feel you in the rack, and that felt good. And if I do business, and you do business, and we meet...
If we do business, doesn't that mean they're going to lose their matches on purpose? That's what doing business is, Lex. That's the best ending of a promo ever. I'm going to do business, and you're going to do business. We're going to both lose. Shit. T-shirts are too tight, Billy. Lex would be Steven Seagal and SNL. I was not a fan of this game. Like, what a disappointing sequel to Super Mario World.
Sure you don't have room for another little bonus level?
They wanted to reinvent the wheel. Oh god. Why? Yeah, why? Why is this an ad?
Still the big one.
Almost as weird as that Halloween store. Also, how is this a candy ad? Oh, that's the edited version. Gross. It'll make you feel like an old dying man on top of a rock. Did you say labor laws? Is this child working more than 6 hours on a weeknight?
Enter the future. Vector Man, the most revolutionary game ever for Sega Genesis. And play to win for a chance at a $25,000 grand prize. Vector Man.
You know, kids know what a vector is.
Stacy asked me to take her to the mall in my new Lumina. Now, I'm a good mother, so I say sure.
I'm a good mother. You know, like how good mothers always say, I'm a good mother.
We have to pick up Debbie and Tracy, and then Linda and Nancy.
Lumina also has air, automatic, and plenty of room.
Seats 6 adults.
And I thought I bought this car for me.
That seems like more than 6.
Are you looking for a good
Yeah, that Lumina ad was like, you can fit half a dozen teenage girls in this car. And what was that guy's name? Rex Wilder or whatever? It's like, yeah!
In the greater New York and Long Island area, it's Car Buyer's Market. And in Connecticut, it's the Bargain News. You'll find the right car at the best price.
Oh, Brian.
No pressure by shopping the
Listen, if Marla's cool with it, that's all that matters to me.
On sale every Thursday at 1,000.
If Marla wants you to go have a escapade in a Lumina, hey.
What's the best way to get rid of a cold?
She's married to the Petland pervert. It was a hard marriage.
Every Wednesday at 5, Channel 2 News will have some answers.
Dr. Gomez, Eric and I want to know, when will he start sleeping through the night?
Dr. Max Gomez.
Why are we asking the news doctor?
How do you lose weight but make it go to other places?
Dr. Gomez, I have this lump on my balls.
Dr. Max Gomez.
You want to see it?
Wednesdays at 5 on Channel 2 News.
Havoc Control Center. Havoc in my hammock.
It's Halloween Havoc weekend. I'm Gene Okerlund, and hi again, everybody. This Sunday night live on pay-per-view.
I'm Gene
from
Okerlund.
Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. A historic evening in the WCW.
Historic evening.
There will be a number of firsts. So
Grab myself like this, and I turn around and cough.
to ensure availability for Halloween Havoc.
Havoc. Why does everybody in this promotion say Havoc?
Heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan, will face the Awesome Giant for that coveted title. Plus, both men will climb aboard.
These were done, no, not at CNN. They actually had their own TV studio. CNN did not want WCW using their shit.
We know the Hogan Giant rivalry has been terribly hard.
That's a good point, Brian. I thought the point of Havoc was that it couldn't be controlled.
Standing by with Jimmy Hart. Right now, let's hear
Yeah, Hogan looks so much bigger. The Giant in that graphic.
After what happened on Nitro, after I looked at Dungeon
Yeah.
in my eye, after I made my entrance, brother, I realized then that Hulkamania should never be doubted. That this
Where do you
dark
get
game,
a shirt
the dark side, the evilness greatness of Hulk Hogan
That fabric.
might have to rise a little more often, especially once we get done.
Also, I know It's Always Sunny made the joke about his hot dog skin. His biceps genuinely look like hot dogs here. Like raw hot dogs. It's disgusting.
Implement my battle plan strategically, precisely.
Strategery? That's leather, I believe. That's a leather cut-off shirt. Or spandex.
Stand united in the Motor City. Rise to the occasion. Whether you believe in what I gotta do or
You
not.
get that shirt two doors down from the Halloween store on Christopher Street. Also, shout out to my SSRI gang. I need to take my meds for the night.
Don't let anybody
So I can go to sleep after we're done.
behind me in the Motor City. Thirdly, when the giant goes to the mat, don't run for your eyes. Give me a chance to cover him.
Also, Hogan apparently selling a sore throat as well as a broken neck. Giant's going to go through the mat.
To deposit the gloves in the black rag, the sight before the match.
Gonna kill him?
Take care of all my dirty work. And when it's all
Hulk Hogan just said he's going to, like, murder the Giant.
the WCW title will be etched in
Like,
stone.
actual murder.
With all my little Hulkamaniacs. And the wrestling world will never be the same.
Yeah, Hogan was obsessed with OJ in this era.
The darkness and the light of Hulkamania
He made, like,
will be etched in stone.
so many OJ references and promos in, like, 95.
I can guarantee you one thing, folks.
Maybe he has asthma. All that smoke from the Dungeon of Doom. Hogan looks like a stripper priest.
Truly unique indeed. Also,
Why does Gene have a phone on that set? Hogan selling a broken neck and having his adenoids removed. Kevin Sullivan in there. Again, the Zodiac render is nightmare fuel. They just called Ming a tumor? Not a tumor.
At Halloween Havoc. World Television champ Diamond Dallas Page defends against the
Diamond Dallas Page.
And Road Warrior Hawk is looking for revenge for a broken arm as he meets Japan's Kurasawa with Colonel
Japan's
Bubba in his
Kurasawa.
corner. In addition, Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan will introduce the Master live for the very first time.
The Master.
Dungeon of Doom. And hold on to your short socks, hats, hold on to anything.
Hold on to your friend.
Sabu with the original Sheik in his corner meets the
Yeah, Sabu couldn't get a graphic.
That's this Sunday.
Because they couldn't, like,
From the Motor City, Halloween
get him to
Havoc.
stand still long enough to get an image.
Satellite dish owners call Turner Premier.
Kurasawa not from the state of
Small
Minnesota.
dish owners, you need to call DirecTV. Make the appropriate
Oh, those are
telephone call
pumpkins.
and do it right now.
All right, LJH, have a good night. We'll see you soon. Glad to have you.
Hogan and the Giant in the big main event.
Gene was flipping off the camera there, by the way.
Havoc, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 out of the West Coast. All right, this Saturday, I'm going to have exclusive information on the WCW hotline regarding Halloween Havoc. Plus, we're going to have continuing non-stop coverage of the
Oh,
back-
boo.
starting at
You're not
this Sunday night.
slandering anybody. I'm so disappointed.
1-900-909.
It's not a Gene Hotline plug. What did George Michael and fucking Shawn Michaels have in common? And why were they seen coming out of the same bathrooms? They were both eating in a restaurant or something. Will I ever be tall enough to slam dunk? Oh, it's the Ouija board. Well, here, let me go to the concert.
Quiet, I'm trying to concentrate here, and I'm not moving it. You're moving it.
Oh, it's the Miracle Ear commercial. I think this is the 100th time we've seen this commercial.
Now you don't. It's the new Mirage hearing aid for Miracle
And
Ear.
again, no
Call
subtitles.
now. We'll send you these free booklets that tell you how the virtually
Just
invisible
assuming
Mirage
that
may help you hear better.
the person at home who needs this can hear it somehow.
4100. Right now, we'll also send you this free videotape, Hearing Loss and You. It'll show you
Hearing
the
loss
most common
and
causes
me.
and solutions for hearing loss. And we'll include free booklets about the new Mirage hearing aid.
You can't insinuate the top star of your competition is gay anymore because of woke.
Completely into the ear canal. It's not only small, it's virtually invisible. Call Miracle Ear.
Like, imagine if, like, tomorrow night on Dynamite,
We'll send you important new information about
Excalibur's like,
and the virtually
hey, go to AEWWrestling.com and find out who Roman Reigns has been making out with. I'll give you a clue. It's a boy.
Halloween begins.
Oh, God.
Abracadabra. 10 Christopher Street in Greenwich Village. Call our Halloween hotline.
Stop.
Masks 45.
Hey, are you ready?
At least it's short. That's a genuine jump scare commercial.
Over the years, millions of men like yourself have been concerned.
Cy Sperling jumping from WrestleMania 10 to add time on Worldwide.
So, no matter where life takes you, whether you're out with friends,
I love the bald photoshops, making these hot guys look as pathetic as possible.
In fact, I spent a lifetime creating the most natural looking, natural feeling hair.
You think he like really made that face when he was bald? Like,
Maybe not, but you can take mine.
that guy got hair and now he's a 9-year-old boy. I'm sorry, I'd rather be bald than have any of these haircuts.
In today's most up-to-date hairstyles.
Yeah, okay. I'll make the call.
Your free brochure is waiting.
Yeah,
Come on.
that he takes off the bald cap.
In Greater New York, 10 times a day, the Red Cross helps victims of fires and other disasters, large and small. Please.
Imagine it being the 11th family. Sorry, we only have supplies for 10. Oh God, why? No, I don't want to cry. Please be short. No, don't make me cry. Okay, good.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. It's the ultimate challenge. Crossfire.
Crossfire. Fire. Crossfire.
Just a reminder, when you need him, we got him. Big A, American
Big
Party.
A. Dave Sullivan had a big A. Garbage. Garbage.
It's the one we've been waiting for. It's all this Sunday, exclusively on pay-per-view. World Championship Wrestling's Halloween Havoc. 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
That on my background. All right, Stephen J. Neptune Man this week in sports. The Braves beat the... Sorry, I lost my screen here. Let me get it back. Come on, unfreeze, unfreeze. All right, there we go. The Braves beat the Indians 1-0 to win the World Series 4-2. Congrats to the Atlanta Braves. The Penguins defeated the New Jersey Devils 5-3 in the NHL, and the Philadelphia Flyers and the New York Islanders ended their game in a 5-5 tie. Thank you again to our factoid master, our factoid expert, Stephen J. Neptune Man. Here we go. It is etched in stone, my son. Like, do you think they filmed all of these in like a week and this guy just sat there naked under a robe? Like airing out his balls? There's no way he's wearing anything under that. This is Curtis Iakea, King Curtis Iakea. He was like Kevin Sullivan's legit mentor. So when Sullivan needed a guy for this role, he went to old Curtis. The Dungeon of Doom cave, they never said geographically where it was. Maybe because they were afraid that somebody would actually go there. Curtis Iakea was the dad who stepped up, yes. My father. Why didn't King Curtis have a match? I think it's because he was like 65 years old. Also, hello, Kevin Marshall. You didn't show me your name there for a second, but I'm glad to have you here. Hello, Kevin. Here we go. Alex Wright, who is coming to America in a couple of weeks. Alex Wright will be doing an autograph signing in New York. Father knows best. There's a stepdad in the front row. Oh, that poor guy. Wanted a high five, and Alex Wright's like, yeah. Thank you for the cheers, Bravo. Dave Dalton, another guy who probably preferred high school girls, allegedly. I'm not gonna. All right, Commodore Amigo says they filmed a ton of those Dungeon of Doom segments at a warehouse in Florida, and Curtis would usually be the first one there, putting on his own makeup and waiting on the throne, of course. Hey, Sullivan, my son, look at my balls.
Well, everything they do, whether it's mental, whether it's visual, like you just saw, is a plan. The taskmaster and the master up to something. Now they got Hogan.
Alex Wright, yeah, only 20 years old here, very young.
Now he's wearing all black.
Yeah, hip toss.
This may be a different Hulk Hogan you've ever seen before.
Of course, Nick Patrick's referee. Why not?
Alex Wright,
Ah!
the youngster who has been such a
Got my arm.
Out of the rookie status now, moving up the ladder.
God, Alex Wright again was such a big dude to be moving that slick, that well. I'm glad King Curtis was professional. Again, but I don't think he was wearing anything under that robe. Oh wow, Alex Wright's doing his signing with Jacqueline Ivory and Mark Mara. I'm glad he gets to reunite with some of his old pals and Ivory. Yes, King Curtis was a WWF guy, very old school. Like, this Dave Dalton looks like he'd be a villain in like a Van Damme movie.
Obviously, the Giant's been driving his all over. Hogan's going to make one. I don't know if he's going to be able to be prepared.
I wonder which WWF wrestler was Dave Dalton's favorite. Oh, jeez. This foot job Whitmer. God. He is a talent, that Alex Wright. Yeah. Hand thing. Ah, very cool. Awesome. I'm glad you get to see Jake. Hopefully Jake's a sweet boy. Ask him about Mortos. Ooh, high knee. That's Brutus's move. Dave Dalton absolutely could be the assistant manager at Petland. Yes, good call. But goes to Prentice. Look at that. Nick Patrick didn't fuck up a match. There's a strobe light in the audience. I just noticed that. This looks like Kids Incorporated. The whole set and the light.
Shoots his opponent into the corner. Charges in. Big elbow. Shoots his opponent again. Hits him with that high leg. This man is just
I love Jake Roberts with Roosh in them. It's so ridiculous and, like you said, unnecessary that I love it. Yay! Hey, that's the best job they've done of trying to make the locker room set look like somebody actually uses it.
Call your local cable company right now regarding availability. Gigantic main event for the first time ever in World Championship Wrestling history.
Is he doing the hand job Whitmer?
Machine versus machine. The one the entire world
is he berating us? You better watch that show or you're grounded.
The Giant. More on that through the weekend as we proceed to Detroit and Halloween Havoc. Come on in. Every match big for this young man. Johnny B. Bad. You're going to be in the Motor
He's
City
smoldering.
at Havoc, and you're going to be
I'm sorry, you can't wear that headband and then walk into the scene and be like, I'm mad. I'm so mad I put on my headband.
I didn't forget that. I got in the ring at Nitro for a legal match. You attacked me from behind.
For a legal match? What's an illegal match? Like you wrestle a child?
All I got in my mind is to get back.
God, dare you open that? Yeah, I have no doubt There's some stuff planted in those bags.
I'm gonna attack you. It's gonna be non-stop. When I get a hold of you, Diamond Dallas Page, I'm gonna throw you out of the ring, and I'm gonna dive over the top on you, and I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna throw you into the guardrails. I'm gonna throw you in the
Gene is not having any of this. Gene looks so nonplussed. Mark Morrow's trying here. It's like a fine promo.
The one thing certainly you know what Diamond Dallas is capable of. You've been taught that.
Can't believe this man's straight. Very straight. Very straight.
For Detroit. Diamond Dallas Page, I'm taking away from you what belongs more to
this Sunday night on pay-per-view.
We're all pointing now. Up next, oh, speaking of straight, it's my new favorite YouTuber, Mark Bagwell.
The most revolutionary game ever.
Buff Bagwell has some of the best YouTube thumbnails. Like there's of course the one I posted, I think I posted on Twitter a few weeks ago, where he's like scratching his chin. The caption is, "How I broke my neck." He looks like he's still trying to figure it out. And there's another one where he used this chin scratch photo next to a picture of a cup of urine, and it's like, how I cheated on drug tests. Now that Maven's a piece of shit, Mark Bagwell is our new YouTube king. It is a genuinely interesting move that DDP's guys are like replacing drugs with YouTube analytics. Like that's their addiction. Yeah, Maven's a Vince guy. Made some real icky public comments about Vince McMahon, and that they're positive.
On the next Entertainment Tonight,
Stevie has posted some fun video game videos this week, but like generally I don't have time for the Stevie Richards breaks down why you're going to hell if you watch AEW.
still showing devotion to her dead husband.
Don't.
Then keep your hand down or at least cover it. And what really happened when OJ visited Nicole's grave on Entertainment Tonight.
Monday at 7:30 on New York's Channel 2.
How much for a night with me? I'm surprised he hasn't done the Cowboys for Angels video.
Job requiring extreme dedication. The visiting nurse service of
Yeah, there's Dutch.
this challenge daily for over 100 years.
Listen, I've gotten to the YouTube thumbnail game,
Regardless of race, religion,
but
or to pay.
I'm trying my hardest not to do that. The Mr. Beast face,
Only available in
the soy face, I think it's called. The
home or want to help, please call the Visiting Nurse Service of New York.
We are back on Worldwide, and now we are going to take a look
so many
at
dead
what
people in the
transpired
last
up
couple
until now between Hulk Hogan and the Awesome Giant. Take a look.
The Awesome Giant.
WCW World Champion.
They keep using they keep calling him the Awesome Giant, and I'm kind of wondering if that was gonna be his name at one point.
Remember this?
Then, only a week later, it was discovered that he was a part of a Dungeon of Doom.
I am one true immortal.
Hulk Hogan declared war. A war that would lead Hulk
I need to do a YouTube thumbnail that's like all of the old wrestlers doing YouTube face, and like Bischoff's where he's like,
for fall brawl and war games. But it was
and Bruce's where he's holding the screwdriver in his hand, like, hey Conrad. Thank you, Bravo. I appreciate it. New WCW Deep Cut shorts every Monday and Wednesday on YouTube. Every Friday, I do a series called Why They Rule, where I tell you why someone rules.
I'm gonna build a bigger, a better, a stronger, more powerful monster truck. I'm gonna get him to hook
The way they edited this, where all the clips are in like frames, is so bad. Like it's not the focus of the video.
And after I outpower his truck, after I embarrass him, then I'm gonna put
put the WCW title on the line, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in.
I'm gonna put the WCW title on the line. And then I'm gonna drive a monster truck.
He unleashed a premeditated attack on WCW Monday Nitro Live on September 25th.
Poor Mark Starr. Thank you, Yankee Hawk. I'm glad a lot of people watched the Coco Beware one. Putting some respect on Coco's name. Coco fucking ruled.
The most vicious and horrible attack of all occurred.
Oh! It's a woman with a cane! If this was in Windows Movie Maker, I have a feeling. I've seen that video. I've not watched the video, but I've seen it pop up in my recommended feed. The ASMR girl explaining the Montreal Screwjob. I kind of want to watch it.
Police kept both men apart. As the countdown continues to Halloween Havoc, Hulk Hogan prepares his monster truck, knowing that for the first time in his career, he must face the same man twice in one night.
Yeah, he must drive. Must drive a monster truck.
In an explosive battle, and then man against man. As an injured but not beaten Hulk Hogan defends.
I think Real Player had just become a thing in '95. There's no way anything actually worked on it. Hogan's truck on PEDs. Why aren't they shooting him from really, really low like that last promo? Why is he in the locker room? Why isn't he in the dungeon?
When I've got my hands around you, your neck is snapped. Your mustache
Like,
is come off.
shouldn't he be like in a forest somewhere? Now we're just acknowledging that all these weirdos in the Dungeon of Doom, like the Zodiac, yes, no, are just hanging out in the locker room, putting their pants on.
When I get you in Detroit for Halloween,
Oh, Kevin.
and you bring your pathetic monster truck against the best dungeon.
Like, imagine them like cutting backstage and Ming's just putting on that giant head, like a mascot head.
I will take you in the ring.
Like, they all enter the ring through the curtain, but like I want to use my imagination and be like, oh, there's a portal or something. If we have a fucking cave, then everything's possible. Oh, here we go, Blue Bloods. This will be fun. Yeah, and most people there knew this stuff sucked, but this was all to gain Hogan's trust, so that they would let him turn heel. He would give them permission to let him turn heel. Like that was always Sullivan's explanation. Was like everybody involved knew the Dungeon of Doom sucked, but Sullivan really wanted to actually turn Hogan heel. But Hogan was paranoid, didn't trust anybody. So Sullivan's like, we're gonna give you all these guys to beat up and make you look, build everything around you slamming big guys in the hopes that you will let us do the right thing with you eventually. Giants getting ready for the big show. Womp womp womp. There we go. Look at those shirts. Yeah. I always love when my friend turns me around and is like, hey everybody, look at his shirt. I'm like, yeah, look at my shirt. Oh, American males. I want the audio of all of the takes of that guy doing the like, cause Jimmy Hart like had him do it a few different ways. Now, baby, say it like you're that you're the one doing it in the butt. Okay, now like you're the one taking it in the butt. Yeah, some of these, I imagine at least half the guys in this match are so blitzed that they don't realize the ring's spinning. That's a good point.
Oh, pardon me. Wouldn't hurt for them to put face and clean themselves up a bit.
Wait, where are we from? We're American? USA? American males backwards was slam ya grandmas. Yes, Marcus Beckwell's job later. Thank you, Commodore Amigo. Oh my god, American males Taylor's version would be incredible. Who is Buff Bagwell's best tag partner? I'm gonna say Scott Norton. They didn't have the run that they should have had, but I think he had the best chemistry with Scott Norton. USA. I always love when like the heels that aren't from America are like they're acting like Big Bubba allergic to the rabbits.
U.S. mail is what gets sent to your house.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry about that.
Shout out to Scotty Riggs's custom jeans. Got those from Target, and then he's like, "Hey, could you just like put a stripe down each side so that I can charge it to the company?" Too Cole Scorpio. Philly Oscafy. Or Ossify. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you for bringing the flat soda and the crackers. I should mention that I believe this is the main event for the evening. Again, thank you to everybody for staying up late and hanging with me through the technical difficulties. The first half hour or so. Y'all are the best. What was the last WCW show I went to? I only got to go to one or two. Like I was supposed to go to Sin, the one where Sid broke his leg, but my dad forgot to get tickets, and so the day comes and I'm like, "Dad, you ready to go?" And he's like, "Oh shit, sorry." I'm like, we can just get them at the building. Come on. He's like, "No." So I just didn't go. I went to a house show in '97. Had a great lineup. Hogan Luger was the main event. Had like, I think it was Ultimo and Jericho, I think. Malenko, Guerrero, Flair. It was Flair Jarrett. Flair Jarrett or Flair Hennig. Sixth and Scott Hall against the Steiner brothers. Well, I'm sure they would have let us in. Yeah, just my dad just didn't want to go. My dad didn't like wrestling. He put up with me liking it. Oh, that was smooth. Look at Scotty Riggs. That was good stuff. Hey, Philly, thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, I'm back Sunday for Off the Grid. We're watching the weirdest shit I've ever put on this channel Sunday. And then, yeah, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Tuesday at 9 p.m. I'm back here every week. Hopefully I'll be actually able to start at 9 p.m. next week. My computer won't be like, "Fuck you, Tom." Emotions were still raw from the War of 1812.
Oh, yeah. Takes them both over. Towards Mark Bagwell. Double team now by the American males. Scotty Riggs and Mark Bagwell, the World Tag Team Champs, ruling the ring here in this
USA. Yeah, I set a pretty high bar for putting weird shit on these streams, but I think Sunday we're gonna put the bar so high that I won't be able to reach it. That it's just gonna be stuck up there. I'm glad, yeah. Thank you, Jonathan, for letting me know. Upbender's doing all right. Look at that. That was a great sell. The Babe Ruth. Is that like Bob Roop playing baseball? The Babe Ruth of pro wrestling. For some reason, Bobby Eaton wearing plain long tights. He looks like he's wearing pajamas. Even though it's just the same type of tights that he wore in the Midnight Express, but without a design on them. Maybe it's the waistband.
forward. Steven over the top goes Bagwell. Ducks down the tag.
Regal rules.
Back in. Fresh and fist of fire.
Bumping and feeding.
Oh, yeah, make it 2.
Slow him down.
Yeah.
Continue that momentum.
Bagwell comes in, and here we go.
The Earl's not sure where he's at right now.
Bobby the pussy. I've seen a couple people use that as a social media handle. Oh shit! That ruled.
Now, who's legal? The 2 men in the ring, I believe, are legal.
There's 3 men in the ring.
Oh, ooh.
Oh. 2 men on the floor and one's hurt.
Thought Bobby was gonna take some stupid bump.
Everywhere here now. I believe maybe they're trying to get, they being Randy Anderson, trying to get
What's this gonna be?
It may be Earl Robert, the legal man.
That was, I love that. I kind of love that. It was just on the border of being silly, but not stupid. Yeah, me and my friend are gonna hug wearing our custom Calvins. There's not a crowd on the hard cam side. It's all like production stuff. No crowd. American Miles. American Miles. American Miles. Why hasn't Conrad gotten the American Male Singers together for StarCast? Weekend Lover.
You like that song? Sing with me. I don't like postal songs.
I don't like postal songs. I don't like postal songs. I love Bobby. Heenan and Eaton. Both of them.
And action. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
It's worth sitting through these ads knowing that they essentially paid Randy Savage's salary.
Yeah.
And now that we have the footage of the woman singing Rick Rude's song, yeah, we gotta WWE Vault. We gotta get footage of Jimmy Hart producing that guy. Bored?
Always remember to forgive and forget.
Sorry, you get me, I'll get you back. The game of sorry. Slide, switch, and bump your way home.
Ben Stein, if he came around now, would be like a 2-week TikTok trend. Not a 15 to 20-year acting career.
You're moving it. Would you just quiet? I'm trying to concentrate here.
You're moving it.
You're moving it.
How many freshes in double mint? 2. Fresh taste. That's 1. How many freshes in double mint? 2. Fresh bread. That's
Another gum commercial. It's like, if you chew this gum. All right, Yankee Hawk. Glad to have you here tonight. I'll see you Sunday. Have a good one. Are they gonna make out? Don't do that. You're related.
Has the life drained out of your living room? Then
That's
why
the
not
life
have
of your living room. Another candy commercial that makes it look like it's like doing drugs. All right, apparently it just started over again. There's no ending. So, yeah, that's it. We're done for tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who again hung in there through all the technical difficulties, all the mumbo jumbo. And if you're watching live, we are almost 30 minutes after when I would normally end. So I appreciate y'all staying up late with me tonight. Y'all are the best. And I love you all dearly. You're such a great crew and a community. You're all so kind to each other and to me. I am so lucky. Again, one more time, if you're watching this on YouTube, go get a membership. You get perks. Again, the dollar tier, you get like emojis and badges and stuff. $5 tier, we're going to do a bonus stream. I believe the first one's going to be November the 3rd, Sunday. And $10 tier, you get to pick an episode of Off the Grid. we watch. So that's cool. And I'll come up with some more perks here in the future. Just kind of threw this together. But and I'll be back Sunday night for YouTube and Twitch, maybe even Twitter. Who knows? That awful place. But like I always like to say at the end of these, even if you don't make it here next week, just make it to next Tuesday. 7 days. That's all I'm asking. Life is hard. I struggle with it myself, so I understand. But if I can just make it the next 7 days, then who knows what will happen. Again, my name's Tom. Right there. Right there. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. I'm going to go to bed. Good night.